2 is done. Credits have rolled. And the game is, oh, nope. Act 3, baby. Here we go. Well, a good chunk of the enemies have symbiotes in the game now. There's so much darkness in the world, and enemies will randomly just get powered up for no reason. And it's not always the same time, not always the same enemies. And so, that's fun. Eventually, I did get the power to just navigate through it just by same way you learn any new enemy. So it's just like, at first I was like, oh my god, can we just get past this place? Then I got kind of used to it, so that was a new norm. There's still so many new moves they all have. And apparently if you didn't fight certain bosses in Act 1 and Act 2, they come back even stronger. Well, not just that, I thought it was just more health, but I saw a video like a week ago of Morwing in Act 3, and yeah, it looked terrible. I mean, I could still beat it probably, but it just did not give me a fun time. No. And I know, of course, Savage Beast Flies, both of them, they get a huge health boost, so I'm just assuming that same shit happens to them too. So if you didn't do those guys in Act 1 and Act 2, good luck with that. Any gauntlets you didn't do before? That's good. Good luck. Enemies shoot projectiles from far away, they summon buzzsaws, they drop things that spike at you like real quick. And I think when you get hit by it, I'm not sure if it does extra damage or not. Sometimes I feel like I died shortly after. Like, I'm not sure if it was like slowly biting at my health or not, because I remember something like when you get hit, you're kind of like darker a bit for a while. Never really experimented with it, I just didn't want to get hit, so. It was really the whole environment has changed. There's a lot of like blocked off areas now, and like the enemy placement's different. Like I was trying to grind in the same spot as used to before, and then some enemies were gone. There were a few new ones there too, and sometimes there were some enemies that were always powered up. Some enemies occasionally did, and it was just like a new experience. And it was like, yeah, okay, it's the new norm. Get used to it, and that's pretty much what you got to do. But yeah, there's a lot of differences, and even though the areas are all the same, with the exception of the new ones that, of course, you have to do to finish the game. It is, yeah, it's a whole new world out there. Actually, bosses are kind of insane. I feel like most of them require you to beat 3 or 4 waves of enemies each time. Like, not all of them, of course. Like some of them are the same as always, but other ones, like I just kept going wave after wave, and like before that was a kind of not a it was like well, it first started with being a rare thing in Act 1 and 2, then it became slowly uncommon, but it was still existing. Now this is like half the bosses I feel like did that in this version. Like none of these bosses are impossible. Like of course, I mean I beat the game, but some of them just feel so intense. And it's a lot of a lot of stuff to get used to sometimes. A lot of them are super fast to the point I thought I would never actually beat them. And just like the first 2 acts, of course, I just revved up, and I had a slow start, but I slowly caught up to them. I just slowly started kicking their ass. Even like just, I remember I feel like these bosses, they actually require like not more skill, but they require like different, like you have to think outside the boss no, outside the boss, outside the box sometimes. I remember there were a few times like near the end of the game, very end of it, when I was using my normal quest, and then I was like, oh, I'm not getting the full use out of this crest because the way the boss is working. So I switched quest, and then next way I beat the same boss in 2 tries. I did nothing different. I just changed quest and just had different attacks. I can remember I was using Reaper quest, and then I was like, oh, I can't even get this silk. I went to a wanderer. Yeah, that just changed the game. And then of course I beat the true final boss with architect. And then I just kept switching it up. I just try different things. Of course, I'm still not gonna try the witch crest or beast crest because those mm, those moves. No, I'm not gonna. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, it definitely does like force you to try different methods for different bosses. Because like you can't. I'm not like I'm sure you. If I want to, I could just brute and force my way through and just made it that much easier. But like yeah, the point was like I noticed oh I am not even using this weapon skill. Why even have it? Like so why even bother? That's just for me personally. Like once again, I'm pretty sure I could have just brute forced the entire game with one quest. I think most have. Some people went the whole game with just Hunter. Some people went the whole game with Wanderer. Some people went the whole game with Reaper. It's like it's they're different quests for a reason. You could choose however you want. And I just looked at the Act 3 list for bosses while typing this, and I would say I really did have a lot of variety here. Like I didn't notice it at the time, but there's a lot of variety in these bosses. I can't really think of any boss that really crushed me, but I think since I've been playing for like 2 months, the fatigue was really starting to set in. Like I just want to beat the game and get like just get done with. Um, then there was that time that I somehow fought 6 bosses in one day after being like a boss the day before, and then I think I beat like some 2 or 3 more bosses the next day after that. So like really depends on how I'm feeling. Now there's a bit of a difficulty spike going to Act 3. Like, no crap, of course there is. I got my ass handed to me like the first 5 minutes I was in there, and I got used to moving around and pretty fast. But I definitely needed a breather a few times. I remember this platforming section in that I spent 2 hours on, and I really drove. I just got driven up the wall. That was probably the first time I really felt I need to quit. I was just, I wasn't even mad. I had to take. One time I just put the controller down and walked away. Came back like 10 minutes later, and it just kept destroying me over and over again. And uh, is that when I stopped that day? Or I either stopped at that time or I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I just started time. So wait, actually, no, because I played Digimon that day. So the second, actually, was it Digimon? Yeah, I played it. I played Digimon for that day. Then I saw the wait, no. Yeah. So I stopped at that point. Then I played Digimon, and then the next day I came back to that area. I don't know why I was taking so long to remember that. Anyway, so then the very next day, I beat that area first try. I mean, I was hoping I'll do it soon, but I got it first try. Yeah, well, anyway, I'm kind of zoned out. that, hmm, that method doesn't work on everything. Of course, like some of the gauntlets, like the one that forces you to do 3 in a row before you get a shortcut. Now that one, I stopped, and then I played the next day, and then I suffered some more. So it's not always going to work. Like I said, there was definitely some fatigue that set in from me playing this game for so long, and I completely understand why people drop the game because as good as it is, it can be mentally draining, and you either persevere, take breaks, or you just have to learn how to enjoy the pain. And I think overall, my mind is clear now that the game is beaten. But oh my god, like those, ooh, some of those final days. Yeah. Also, the last needle upgrade is hidden behind one of the most BS and annoying parts of the game, to the point where there are 5 or 6 mods just to bypass that sole challenge. Now I know that could just mean, oh, 5 people suck. Sure, think of it that way. But they're all popular mods. And if you look at all the comments from all of them, you're like, yeah, yeah. There was supply and demand for this stuff. It's they just that that entire thing was just such bull crap. Anyway, yeah. So like, there's a lot of difficulty to overcome, and you can do it. But boy, they make it hard to do it. Now, as I mentioned a few times, I had a whole bunch of fatigue for playing this for 2 months, and actually, I think even on like a long RPG and in a Souls game, I usually take like a month to play, like just get everything out of the game. So like 2 months was actually quite surprising to me. Once again, $20 game, $20 game. So I mean, bravo to them, because I had over 100 hours in this. But yeah, but yeah, I even with all that, I was a bit harsher while playing the game. I wasn't shitting on it because it's a good game, but like me, like I feel like, ugh. When people talk about game of the year and stuff, I can't ever call this my game of the year because I feel it was not consistent with a lot of stuff. Like quality wise, just was not consistent. You had a lot of good things and a lot of bad things, and it was more like sometimes it was decisions that I didn't understand. Sometimes it was like mechanics in a certain area or a certain thing that boss did that, like, somebody, sure, it's fair because technically you can do it, but oh my god, sometimes it's like, no, this is still stupid. Why did you put this in the game? I agree with everything I said earlier about the difficulty, but it's like, once again, it's a great game, but oh man, sometimes they just, sometimes you're at a point where like they did this just to not beat a challenge, but to actively screw over a player, and that ain't great. Anyway, but I'll keep switching back to good and bad, I guess. Like some good, okay, the music is fantastic. There's so many varied enemies, and as you can see, they put a lot of effort into it. Oh my god, like the fact that there's all these areas, the artwork, the designs, everything they had to put into the code, all that. It just shows that there was a passion here. And there were so many memes about Silksong never coming out. In fact, myself, I would say, oh, it's a myth. It's like it's urban legend. Like it's never happening. Even when like there was more solid proof it was coming out, I was like, I won't believe it came out until a week passed after its release date. And there are all these false promises about it coming out soon, soon, soon. But honestly, like the time they used during that, it was time well spent. I mean, they could have updated us, but once again, that has nothing with the game, so I'm not gonna bring it to that. It was anyway. It was time well spent. There's some lows, some highs. Um, and I feel like given the genre and how big it is, like that's kind of the way it is. It's a Metroidvania mixed with Souls-like elements, and both those can have unfair moments, annoying areas, just stupid bosses, and rapid defenders of any single complaint. But at the end of the day, there's like a lot of love put in this game and a lot to love about this game. And hopefully any DLC they add will put a lot they'll put a lot of those complaints to rest, or at least like think about what they've seen online and maybe like try to help, like not help people out, but like try to not do the same thing again with some parts. That's pretty much it. Like take into consideration what people have said and just do your own thing from there. All in all, there's so much content in this game. The fact that once again, $20 USD, and for people who beat the game, they probably have minimum 80 to 100 hours into it all the time. Like even if you speedrun the game, yeah, there's achievement trophy whatever for beating the game in under 5 hours, but most people are not going to beat that on the first run. I don't even know if I would if I just started the game now. Like it's I'm actually I don't know if they mean Act 2 or what. Even the point stands. There's some bosses that take me 2 hours to beat. Like not in the beginning of the game, but still like I don't know if I could do that. Either way, quite insane for the price. So if you want to put the effort in, or you want the challenge, you like Metrovanias, you've heard about the Tales of Hollow Knight, or even the Tales of Silksong now, and you're interested in it, give it a try. It's like you weren't wasting too much money with $20, and you're getting more than you spent. Just know that it ain't gonna be a perfect game. It's gonna be a great game, but even great games have faults. Hope you enjoyed though. Wait, who are you? Where can I see?
This gallons of cum stored in my pussy wussy, and this butt plug is the only thing keeping it from flooding this party.
What the fuck? Okay,
Did that go the way you thought it was gonna go? Nope.
I'm just gonna. Oh well, he sells shit. Okay, no, I see. The Bible outfit. I should get another one. I'm good. I'm just playing my little game.